Today we rank only US-wide fast food chains by how healthy you could make your order. No local gems like mom and pop shops or only in New York City picks. Which chain gives you the least damage to your health? At the end, I'll drop a free cheat sheet, your go-to orders at every chain so that you never guess again. Let's dig in. Now, this is a huge disclaimer. Fast food is not the way to go. Come on, this stuff is ultra processed, super high in sodium, usually laden with fat, sugars. It's addictive, and it's meant to be, and it's totally meant to cater to the American population for convenience and give you that salty, tasty taste so that you come back for more. But just so you know, they try to make it look like your health is in mind, but in reality, these places are not deemed healthy if we put it in a blanket term. But we're all human, we're not robots. Fast food tastes great. Sometimes we are in a pinch and we need something on the go, and that's why we're here breaking it down today so that you can make the best possible decision when you do go this route. So why this method and what actually matters? I'll explain the criteria real quick. Number one is customizability. The beauty is wherever you go, you don't have to stick to what's on the menu. Item number one, now I'll take a number two. You don't have to order straight off the menu, get the fries and the drink. Heck, you don't even have to take the Big Mac just the way it is. You can customize all you want. You can take out the middle bun. You can omit the secret sauce. You can say, hey, I just want a single patty. At that point, I don't think it's a Big Mac, but hey, at least you have the freedom to choose what you want and what you don't want on your burger or with your meal. Number two is those default traps. As I mentioned, items 1 through 9 on the menu are just there by default to make it even more convenient for you to look and say, oh yeah, I'll take a number 2 with 3 tacos, a large drink, and a curly fry on the side. But come on, that is not something that you need to stick by. You can omit and add whatever you want, however you want. Also, don't judge me there. I don't think you can get tacos at any specific place with curly fries. Curly fries is an Arby thing, tacos is a Taco Bell thing, but hey, I threw them together because why not? Number 3 is sodium. Sodium is going to be in every dang item you get at a fast food chain. But you know what? Here's something you want to stick around for. I'm going to explain why sodium isn't going to frickin' derail you like most people think. So it's okay to have the sodium when you're eating out, and we'll explain why that is. The American Heart Association recommends 2,300 milligrams of sodium a day, but you're an active individual, and when you're perspirating and your body's able to regulate sodium more than the average couch potato, you can afford it in much different ways than most. We'll explain here soon. All right, rapid rankings, let's do it. We got 6 places we're gonna run through real quick for you on the best possible options. First one is KFC and Long John Silver's. The beauty at both these locations, sometimes the building has both of them in one, that's why I'm pairing them together, is that they have grilled chicken and grilled fish options. This is huge. This knocks down the consumption of fat significantly, and it's definitely a haven when it comes to fast food chains. Of course, the con here is that many items are heavily deep fried, laden with sauce, high sodium, but you can definitely minimize the damage at these 2 locations, being KFC and Long John Silver's, because of those grilled options. So the best safe order here, in my opinion, would be the grilled chicken, side of corn, green beans, maybe even a biscuit, and you are good to go. Oh, and of course, you can always throw a diet soda on top because diet soda is not gonna kill you. Aspartame is not the enemy. It's better than consuming a full sugar drink, and that is gonna be a satisfying meal. Next up, Burger King. The pros here again, they've got grilled options, they make flame grilled burgers, and they really have a good selection when it comes to their menu so you can implement the customization that I touched on earlier. The cons here are the large default options. Most burgers on their menu are big. They got doubles, triples, so once again, be aware of just ordering a number 2 or a number 3 at Burger King, because you can take off a patty, be completely satisfied, and not feel gorged, and of course, have an absolute calorie bomb of a meal that'll take up most your daily macros. Not to mention, they're very saucy here at Burger King as well, and they have extremely processed sides. Safe order here, a Whopper Jr., take off the mayo, a side salad, and let's go with the water. That sounds like a satisfying meal to me. Burger King, flame grilled options, phenomenal burgers, and if you just get single with no mayo, that's gonna be satisfying and also not take a huge hit in your calorie allotment for the day. Up next, McDonald's, the crown jewel. Here we have a lot of customization as well, so this being one of the biggest fast food chains, you're gonna be all right here. An extremely safe order here: hamburger, apple slices, a black coffee, and a water. That is gonna be a great meal, and you're definitely gonna leave satisfied without having to endure maybe 3 to 4x calories by getting the Big Mac or a double cheeseburger off the frickin' poverty menu. You don't need that shit. So stick with a single burger, get the apple slices. They're not too bad, honestly. They come in a prepackaged bag. They're usually pretty fresh. Obviously some preservatives on them, but hey, we're looking at the best possible options here, not necessarily deemed healthy options, but we're looking to weigh the pros versus the cons. And a lot of things on McDonald's menu are very con worthy, but the hamburger is a great go-to option. Subway, this one, like all, is extremely customizable. Lots of veggie options, and you can really load up a decent sandwich, feel very, very full without having an absolute macro and calorie bomb. An extremely safe order here would be a 6-inch turkey club or the grilled chicken sandwich from Subway. Load that sucker up with double veggies. Just ask them to throw anything and everything from the veggie selection, because you have a viewing window there, and you can basically just tell them lettuce, tomato, onion, peppers, throw it all on there if you'd like. Skip the cheese if you're willing, and then go with mustard and vinegar only. This is gonna be a super low calorie, low fat sandwich that is really filling because of the bread. So you're gonna have a decent carb amount, but once again, we're looking for the best possible options. And honestly, I've gotten this many times at Subway. It's been years, but this is always a satisfying option and still allows you to eat plenty of food throughout the day without feeling like, oh man, I just filled up all my macronutrient allotment. The Taco Bell. The pro here is that they have fresco style. They got bowls, beans, customizable proteins, and lighter options available. If you're a taco person and you're not familiar with what fresco style is, it's gonna replace the cheese, the guacamole, and the sour cream with simply diced tomatoes for a much lower calorie option. But my safe order would be, if you're not an absolute taco fiend, is the Power Protein Bowl. Chicken, extra lettuce, light cheese, salsa. This is a great meal, nice and filling, satisfying, and you can get on with your busy day. Wendy's. Now, I like Wendy's. The pros here are that they've got chili, they've got grilled chicken, they've got baked potatoes, and like most places, if you want to opt for it, they have side salads. Reliable, lean menu staples. Safe order here: small chili, side of baked potato, and even a side salad. Go light on the dressing. This is going to be a meal that really allows you a lot more calories and macronutrients in your daily allotment, and you still get to eat some fast food, feel satisfied on the go, and move on with the day. The cons here: watch out for those frosty desserts and large fries. Yes, both very calorie laden. The frosty, not as bad as some things, not nearly as bad as a Blizzard from Dairy Queen or a McFlurry from McDonald's, but still carb heavy, even though it's lighter on the fat. So do you want to eat up most of your carbs and calories from a frosty? Probably not. I'd stay away. And of course, fries. That's an obvious one. Anywhere you're gonna eat up a ton of calories, and there's almost no nutrients in fries. It's not considered a vegetable. Don't try and mistake fries as a potato, as a vegetable, because I've heard that so many times. It's old. I'm gonna go off the rails and say that Wendy's is my number one. They've got a nice lean menu. The default options are decent, and it just reigns supreme over all the others, which honestly, it kind of surprised me when doing a little research before making this video that Wendy's was number one. But hey, if you're not super picky about which place you go, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't really care between Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's, then hey, this one is gonna be the best option if you don't really have a preference over the three. And that's gonna help you a lot day to day when you gotta grab something on the go and you gotta make a decision and stay on track. So it's easiest to hit those macronutrient goals, easiest to stay on track without making massive trade-offs like you do have to do at some of these other chains. Here's just 3 quick foundational fast food rules. Number 1 is swap sauces or go light on the dressings. Preferably just put them on the side, because then you can really have control over how much sauce you're using, how much dressing you're putting on, because they don't care, dude. They put way more than necessary, and honestly, it's not even gonna change how much you enjoy the meal, but the fat content is gonna be significantly higher from these sauces and dressings that you could just put on as you're eating and save way more calories. Number 2, double those veggies, man. Anywhere you go, if you got an option for a side salad, if you're at Subway, throw those veggies on. They not only have great health benefits, micronutrients, but they're very filling. They almost have no calories, vegetables. So whenever you can opt to have some veggies, trick your mind a little bit, say, hey man, I'm gonna start consuming vegetables a little more, because if you're getting the burger, if you're getting something satiating at a fast food restaurant, dude, pair it with a vegetable. There's nothing wrong with always pairing a vegetable with your meal. It doesn't make you less of a man, it makes you a more health conscious individual. So get the burger with the veggies, get the burger with the side salad, have your cake and eat it too, and bang, bam, boom, you're on with your day in the best way. 3, mind your sodium. Everything's gonna have sodium, but remember that whenever you have fast food, a lot of your daily sodium allotment is gonna come from that meal. So as long as you're exercising regularly, which you should be, and doing what you need to take care of your health, which is perspirating, doing a little bit of cardio if that's in line with your goal, doing some weightlifting, maybe a sport or two throughout the week, your body's gonna be able to regulate sodium much better than someone who's not perspirating at all. So you can afford to get away with a little more sodium, but also know that you'll probably get your daily allotment in sodium from one fast food meal. So on the days that you are eating out, be conscious of what you're having throughout the rest of the day. Try to keep it a little less sodium heavy, knowing that that fast food meal is gonna have a lot more than what you would eat at home. Here's a really quick example of the Big Mac versus just a hamburger at McDonald's as well. You can see the calorie difference is pretty massive. So taking away that middle bun, that extra patty, you still get a satisfying burger. Okay, this is gonna leave you pretty full, especially if you have a busy day. It's not like we're trying to sit down at a quick lunch and fill our bellies like we're having a heavy dinner. No. So a Big Mac, totally unnecessary. A hamburger, gonna give you a similar satiation, but you're not gonna have the calorie bomb. You're not gonna feel disgusted. And honestly, you'll probably perform better the rest of your day by choosing the simple hamburger, way less calories, than going with the big bad Big Mac. For high performing entrepreneurs, energy, digestion, recovery, and even skin matter more than you think. One bad lunch doesn't kill you, but a habit of it weakens your body. Every order that you automate or know that you can make a conscious decision without thinking too much into it makes you more efficient throughout your day. It frees mental bandwidth, which we could all use throughout the day to perform at our peak and optimize. So quick recap, I'd say worst choice, KFC. Unless you can simply go with grilled chicken, every side option, the fried options, they're just not a good choice, gonna leave you sluggish and definitely gonna eat up a lot of your calories. Right in the middle, Burger King, McDonald's. You can get a decent option here if you just stick with the basic hamburger, but as soon as you start dipping into the Whoppers and the Big Macs, you're really doing yourself over and you're not gonna be able to eat much throughout the rest of the day. And that, you're also gonna feel sluggish. So it's just not a good combo. Burger King, McDonald's, they're mid, as the kids would say. Strong picks, Subway, Taco Bell. Subway, tons of veggies, lean meat options. Taco Bell, fresco style tacos, can't go wrong there. They got the power menu, they got the bowls. They got a lot of great options that can leave you satisfied, fueling your day, higher protein, and also not setting you up for failure when it comes to dinner. Check out the cheat sheet in the description below. Use it, make these smart swaps, and of course, build consistency, not perfection. Fast food is not a part of our daily lives, but when you need to lean on it, this is gonna be the best way to do it. And really, the ticks start to add up, okay? Every check mark that is made for a fast food chain, if you're making a slightly better choice, man, it can really add up and make a difference over the course of time for you internally and externally. Now, if you want a founder-friendly nutrition and training plan that fits the bill for you, it fits your schedule, there's no diet drama, simply book a call with us via the link. This is what we do, is work with high-level professionals like yourself that have busy days, don't have a lot of time for decision making, but want to be at their peak both mentally and physically. Man, we live off hustle, not fast food. But when fast food calls, you can answer smart. Hope you found value in this video. Don't forget to check out that cheat sheet once again and set up a call with us if you're feeling inclined to be at your best and live that 10 out of 10 health. Thanks for joining us here at INSTASHRED. Hope to see you next time. Damn.